Hey guys, Crazypostman here. Well, we're making an emergency run to go check on OG Luba. Now, if you haven't been following my story, OG Luba is the one I affectionately call my Kickstarter Luba. That's the one without the Omni wheels. The original Kickstarter four-wheel drive Luba. So that one lives at a property that's about 40 miles away from me. It does its maximum size every week. It's about 5,000 square meters maxed out. Last night I started getting messages on my phone about a motor overheating and then some kind of sensor failing. And that's not good. That's never good. It was like 1 in the afternoon and it was really hot, so I thought maybe the motor was just overheating and didn't think too much of it. And I sent it home until the sun went down. And at nighttime, it was like 9:30 or 10 p.m., I decided to restart the task. And I started getting those same errors that the motor was overheating. So I start thinking, okay, maybe the blade is just jammed up. And that's really possible out there because there's a lot of trees, a lot of sticks, nobody around to clean it regularly, so grass gets jammed up underneath it. So I sent a text message to somebody to go check on Luba for me today, and they said that there was nothing underneath the cutting deck, that it was mostly clean, and that the left cutting plate was like frozen in place. It wouldn't turn. So that's not good at all. It makes me think that maybe the motor has seized or gone bad in some fashion. I'm heading there now. We're going to take the cutting plates off and check on Luba's motor. We're going to make sure nothing is wrapped around that shaft that runs the cutting deck. And I'm going to see if I can figure out what's wrong. And if it really is a bad motor, we're going to get to experience the repair process together here on the Crazypostman YouTube channel. So here we are at the infamous OG Luba's house. Last night it was mowing the front yard when it died. You can kind of see that it didn't finish. You can see over there where it was mowing, and then it just kind of died. Didn't finish mowing this bit. Okay, so I went ahead and moved Luba over here so I could prop it up. So what we're going to want to do first is lower the cutting deck all the way. So how you do that is while Luba is on, you hit the stop button, and then this grass button here, you see the grass button? You double click that, and each time you double click it, it lowers the deck 1 notch. I still have Luba on so I can lower the deck, but real quick, we're gonna check this out. That one spins freely. This one, rock solid. Does not move at all. Let's see if we can lower this deck. Yep, it's lowering. That's it. Okay, this is still rock solid. It will not turn at all. This one spins freely. Where's Duck? Oh my gosh, he's not allowed to be over there. Duck! Hey, you're not allowed to be over there. Come on. There's dogs that live over there and he fights with them. Good boy. Good boy. You stay over here. We're going to have to dig a little deeper to see what's going on here. You can see, well, look at that. You can see some damage in this rubber covering here. So my Luba is officially no longer waterproof from the bottom. No more spraying Luba for me because water can get right into that rubber boot there. All right, let's put Luba on the table over here and do some surgery. See if we can figure this out. Luba, you are so heavy. I'm okay. I'm okay. Oh. Oh, goodness. All right. You can see these blades are well used. Definitely time for a new blade set, but not right now. So this is the one. Again, let me show you. I'm just spinning this one with one hand. This one completely locked up tight. Oh my gosh, guys. Guys. It's a pine cone. There's a pine cone back there, guys. There's nothing wrong with the motor. Look at that. You see that pine cone back there? So these other blades are loose, spinning freely. This one here is stuck. Actually, they're all spinning freely now. Look at that. There's a pine cone back there, guys. Oh my gosh. Wasted trip. Well, it wasn't wasted. Dad didn't know there was a pine cone. We're probably still gonna have to take the cutting plate off to get to that pine cone. Let me go give Dad the bad news. Y'all can stay out here and look at the pretty background while I go tell him. Well, are you ready to hear what it was?
What was it?
There was a pine cone wedged in there.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. So there's nothing wrong with the motor,
Man,
thank goodness.
I'm sure glad. It certainly wouldn't move and I couldn't feel
No, it wouldn't move at all when I first touched it too.
it. I couldn't feel nothing back there.
It's wedged between that metal grate
Yeah.
and the blade.
Yeah. I didn't see it.
So I'm gonna take that out and we should be good.
I know it. I'm glad.
I kind of did want to experience the service process for y'all guys because I hear both ends. I hear that people have a hard time getting service, and then I hear other stories where people had great service experience. So I really wanted to experience the service and see how it went for everybody. It's weird to say that I'm disappointed that Luba is not broke. I'm not really disappointed. I'm happy Luba's not broke. But I kind of did want to experience that with y'all. Let's go ahead and get this thing unscrewed and get that pine cone out of there. If you ever have a hard time getting these out, it's probably because the screw head is full of crap. So if you get something sharp like a needle or a paper clip or anything that's sharp, a film removal tool, and then dig out that hole and it'll make it easier. I may go ahead and replace the blades while I'm here. Well, this one may be stripped because it wasn't too dirty in there. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. Next size bigger is too big. Yeah, it's just stripping out. Well, that's not good. Let me go get a pair of pliers. Well, thank goodness. The sad thing is, I'm gonna have to put this screw back in. These are ones you have to reuse. All right, let's get that pesky pine cone out of there. Look at that. Luba did a good job at almost cutting this thing in half. There's your problem. Got the other cutting plate off. Look at this built up crap wrapped underneath. Now you couldn't even see this until you took off the cutting plate. Well, the phone overheated, so now I'm down to only using the GoPro. I scraped out some of this crap the best I could, and like I said earlier, you can see the damage on this rubber boot that's underneath. Both sides have nicks in them. This Luba is no longer water resistant. from the bottom, and it's only a matter of time until it fails now from mowing in wet grass or any situation that might get water up in there. That's unfortunate. There's nothing to screw into. They're completely clogged. I don't know. None of these will come out.
One eternity later.
I may just have to order some new cutting plates. Can't get these off. I don't really have to worry about cutting myself because these are so dull. They'd never cut me. This is probably the most thorough anybody's ever cleaned a Luba cutting plate. What I need is a metal saw and just saw the screws off.
Yeah.
Probably. Or drill them out or something, but I don't have those kind of tools. So we got the plate all cleaned up and looking good. Check that out, nice and clean, ready for some new blades. The only problem is I don't have any blades here. So I'm gonna have to, I can't put those blades back in. They're completely stripped and ruined. So I'm gonna have to drive 40 miles back home, get the blades, drive 40 miles back here, put the blades on, and then drive 40 miles back home again. All without air conditioning, and it is cooling off a little. It's only 102 right now with a heat index of infinity. Severe thunderstorm warning. That'll be nice. I'm either gonna burn up or we're gonna get a tornado, one of the two. Maybe I'll burn up while we're getting a tornado. So I'm gonna leave y'all here because there's not much else I can do to salvage today's episode. So it's pretty much a complete bust. Whatever thumbnail I put on the YouTube video will probably end up being clickbait because there was actually nothing wrong with Luba. It was just a false alarm. We thought it was broken, but there was that pine cone hiding in there. So everything is fine, hopefully. And I can't even test it to know for sure because I took the blades off and I don't have any more to put back on. So I'm just gonna have to leave poor Luba here in a disarray state. And we're still missing the cutting plates, but I guess I'm gonna go ahead and tell it to go home. Home, start. Can you go home, Luba? It probably doesn't have a signal. Oh, there it goes. So we learned a few things today. Whenever you come to work on a Luba, make sure you bring everything you could possibly need. You know, I knew in the back of my head that the blades were really bad, but I didn't think about changing them today. I should have. I didn't. I came here thinking that Luba was broken and that we were going to have to box it up and send it off. So thankfully, Luba's not broken. I'm assuming. We can't test it, like I said. Don't know for sure. So this episode's going to be to be continued, I guess. I'll head home and we'll get some new Luba blades, get them on these cutting plates, and I will be back here to install it and test Luba out another day. Well, you joined me 42 miles later in my dining room now. I found the blades. Unfortunately, these are still the old style. So we're gonna go ahead and get these installed onto the plates and then go the 42 miles back to Luba and put it back on. Things weren't going good enough for me today. So you can see we have 4 razor blades on this one and only 3 razor blades on this one. My kit was missing 1 screw and 1 razor blade. Maybe I took one out and forgot, but honestly, I have no idea. I think I got some more around here somewhere. Whenever we got our Kickstarter Lubas, we basically got a lifetime supply of blades. So let me look around. Maybe I'll find some more. Today's my lucky day. I found some more. Well, it's the next day. I decided not to come back last night because I was just tired. Duck likes driving in the car anyway, so I figured we would make another day out of it. It's starting to get kind of behind. The front part here is not very bad, but I can see way back there in the backyard that it's looking pretty bad. And I know that it missed some of the front yard. So we got to get Luba back in service as quick as possible. So let's pull it out of its little house and get started. So we got Luba turned upside down here. You can see I got the new blades on the cutting plates. They all spin freely just like they're supposed to. I did bring back the screws that I have to reuse. Now one of those is kind of rounded off, so we'll see how that's going to work. Whether I can get it in or we just kind of have to YOLO it with 2 instead of 3. We'll see what happens. But let me get these cutting plates on. Alright, so I got both cutting plates back on. You can see everything swings freely. You can see everything turns freely here. Blades are bouncing around like they're supposed to, so we'll go ahead and get Luba flipped back over and get it started on its task. Alright, so I went ahead and sent Luba home just so it could get coordinated on where its location was. Since I had it upside down, I wanted to make sure all Luba's ducks are in a row. Not you, duck. Luba's ducks. Anyway, so we're going to send it out and have it mow some strips in the grass and see that everything is back to normal. So we're going to send Luba out here to do the front yard and finish what it started the other day when the blades got stuck. So it's lowering its cutting deck all the way down here in its little donut hole. You heard the motors start up just fine, so we are back in business, people. So Luba's gonna survive this scare that we just went through. It's gonna turn here and start its perimeter laps. And there it goes. Its new blades are cutting well. I'm sure Luba's really happy about that. We cut this as short as possible purposefully. I realize that's probably not the healthiest for the grass, but it goes dormant for 3 months during the summer anyway. So this is the area Luba's going to work, this whole south side, and then later on it will work the north side. And probably late tonight or maybe even tomorrow we'll start it on the backyard. It'll do this back section here, and then it will go way to the back and finish back there. So thanks for watching this episode. I'm glad that Luba's not broken, but I think it would have been interesting to see what the warranty process was like. But alas, Luba survived another scare. So we got its blades put on and got it put back to work. Thanks for watching this episode, and I will see y'all in the next one. Ah, so many wasps. Go away, wasp. Oh, he's chasing me from behind. Oh my gosh. You ready to go back home? What you smell? What you smell? Oh, you're gonna pee on it? You've peed so many times, there's no pee-pee left. Let's go get in the car. So it's the same day, but I'm at home editing the video right now, and I can't get Luba to charge. I don't know if you can see this, but Luba is just sitting in front of its charger here, and it won't back into the charger, or it backs into the charger, but it won't charge. Okay, so here we are. Remember, I'm 42 miles away from all this, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm sitting here working on the video on my computer that I was almost done, too. So that's unfortunate. So let's see if I can get Luba to recharge, and let me show you what it's doing. We'll watch live together. Okay, I'm going to hit this recharge button. There goes Luba, doing a little tank turn for no reason. Your butt was already facing the right direction. What are we doing? Why are you just spinning in a circle? And now I just got a notification that says recharge failed. So what is going on here, Luba? Why will you not back into the charger? And I just got home. I'm gonna have to drive another 84 miles round trip. Any suggestions? I guess we're gonna leave it here. Hey guys, it's editor Crazypostman from even further in the future. I paused editing this video because I went and watched the presidential debates, and yikes. Anyway, so we'll leave you with a picture of me trying really hard to get these blades off in the background. And I just wanted to say, this video you just watched where Luba wouldn't back in, I called my dad and we figured it out. The breaker got tripped to Luba's charging station, so there was no problem. It was just another case of me freaking out when the actual problem wasn't that bad. Just like the pine cone earlier, I thought a motor had blown out. Well, I thought Luba wouldn't back into the charging station, and turns out there was no power at the charging station. Completely not Luba's fault. So thanks for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video.